You're telling me it's possible that FaZe Clan could lose on nuke to Mousesports? Maybe not at this rate. Mousesports frozen, and they're all getting out on this site, making sure that at least some of the fight is being brought to that of FaZe. However, winning the duel so far has been FaZe. 3v2 now, currently Rops and BYMAS. Try and get this bomb planted.
Well, BYMAS needs to stay alive, though. They're coming up the vents, and they're actually going to stop, and that's great for Rops, who's on this wraparound, who's on this flank. Rain has started to consider with one of these players going unnoticed, unspotted. So Rops goes further. He goes all the way around. Kiebi, and sticking forward. Oh dear, that got dicey. Rops gets the kill though, and now he can go back inside and climb up the ladder. BYMAS has been stalling this entire time as niko sits in the vents. And finally, with him being spotted, niko takes his chance to get up the ladder. BYMAS retreats, and they could actually drop B. They could just hit this lower site. As long as BYMAS can get away from this fight, he's going to win it instead. Second kill from the young gun, from the new boy on the block against his old team. There's so many storylines, and now the architect, he needs to hunt them down and finish the job.
Ah, yes, the architect.
Rain over at ramp, trying to get stuck in. On either sides of the ramp, Mousesports are concealed, and they just swing him together. It's Rops and BYMAS, the new dynamic duo here for Mousesports. Oh, niko, here's the flash, and now he knows that a man has taken up position in his heavens. Karrigan sees the feet, spams down niko. Chris J gonna find another in through heaven, and this was a 2-on-4. They've turned it around in a matter of, 2-on-5 rather. They've turned this around in a matter of moments. Luckily enough, he's been given this room for a moment, but Chris J goes back in for more, and brokey now left in the clutch, but we said that this man is often very dependable in these clutch situations. He does have a kit, but with no utility to force this fight, he is very much relying on Chris to make an error. And with Chris realizing that 5 seconds have long since passed, he's not going to be on that defuse. Chris J just swings out and takes away 4.
Oh my, Chris. He's going to get mollied off though, smokes it out, or at least tries to. Oh dear, that's a shame. It pops very deep, and so he won't get a gap or an angle to fight. He's got to wait out the molly, and they know he's hit 2. Frozen finishes the job that the Flames started, and Mousesports, it should just be about tightening the grip on the neck of FaZe in this round. There's only pistols, and they're getting removed one by one.
Kiabi's been patient, but given the chance to find one onto Karrigan, and he can't manage it. So Mousesports 5-0. Rops, though, you're so low on HP. This cross could get you domed, but niko isn't ready for it. Blindsided by the 5 HP Rops, now throws the rest of FaZe into a 3-on-3 retake. Rain, coldzera, brokey, these are 3 big names. Rops is hunting them. He doesn't even want to let them get set up. He's wrapped around towards outside, and the benefit to this is now he knows, well, it's not secret. He can spot vent as well, and he might even catch brokey trying to get down there. Brokey somehow able to find that shot, and now beginning his rotation while the other 2 start to pressure ramp. Frozen and BYMAS left to hold this bomb. Time is really working against FaZe now, and Frozen, all he had to do was stay alive, and even then, he's done it. He's locked it in. 6 on the board for Mouse. Everyone might fall for the Mousesports side. Nades towards the doors. Rops is going to try and run the gauntlet again, but this time not through the vent. They flash him into the site, and the flash is perfect. Rops opening up A, and niko now trying to run through the smoke, trying to make a hero play of his own, but BYMAS going to drop him in the head-to-head. It is a weird sight to see, right? Yeah. BYMAS taking down niko for a Mousesports squad. What? But 8 on the board now for Mouse as they keep 4 alive. It's another save for FaZe. This is brutal. Was very much going away, you know, and suddenly it was like this atmosphere of like grim pessimism.
I mean, then next thing you know, you look at the scoreboard, it's 9-0 for Mousesports. Oh, brokey, absolutely smoking Frozen right there.
Ciao. That might throw a spanner in the works. Mouse have even smoked off main, so are they going deeper into the yard? niko lets him pass, he takes a second. Goodbye, BYMAS. brokey drops Chris, was commed across, and now Karrigan and Rops. This one's a little too far gone, but let's see what they can do in the 2v5. niko needs to have his wits about him, brokey considering it, and this is the issue, right? If you give up this control, Mousesports just cross for free. Although brokey's gonna get a free kill here as Karrigan crosses right back in. He thought it was clear, he never saw brokey, and the bomb dropped. Rops needs to return for it. Although FaZe were never gonna give it away. Counter-terrorists win. Don't die now, Rops.
Oh, ropz is going to try and run the gauntlet again, but it's not through the vent. This time it's with that flash, but it hasn't worked out as diligently for him as it did last time. BYMAS going to follow up, but there's still 2 players inside of this site. And niko fast rotating in through main. The bomb drops down the vent and heads into B. Karrigan and Chris J, they delivered us a 2-on-5 rather last time. This time it's a 2-on-4, so comparatively, this is way easier, so it should be easy, right? Karrigan gonna line up a flash for Chris into ramp. It does barrel through, but too deep to blind Kjaerbye. Karrigan now getting pressured. How on earth is he meant to navigate this one? 2 players wrapping around from Decon as well. His worst nightmares might be realized. I think Kjaerbye's seen him as well. That's the round drawing to a close. FaZe.
Karrigan, he's donning the big green.
Yeah, let's see what he can bring to the table. BYMAS already gone. Frozen. Oh, Karrigan trying to run the gauntlet, and out in the open, bro!key just plucks him from the round. Not exactly the debut he was hoping for with that ult. But it's still a 3-on-4, still manageable. And with ropz lurking back here in the lobby, I was going to say maybe there's a chance for him to cause some chaos, but Kjaerbye, taken heads off, has dropped the bomb down at B. And now leaves ropz in a very lonely world indeed. 1v4.
Stairs players as they come towards B. That early rotating towards lower is... It could be split by 2, but with a double CT side setup, unless FaZe rotate lower, that could get hairy. niko above the smokes again, being a nuisance, and he takes down Frozen to start the round. Mousesports, they're going to use the smokes to wrap Karrigan. niko's watching for it, he won't fall. And now back to ramp for Mousesports. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and with this boost employed alongside bro!key, this could get very good for FaZe. The opening kill, the bomb dropped, and it all falls apart.
Yeah, the funny part is he takes that first shot and doesn't even appear to Mousesports where he takes the shot from. He ducks in, he tucks in, and now just leaves BYMAS to his own devices here towards the radio room, or we'll call it the break room, whatever you want to call it. Another wall bang, that was pretty cool.
Kjaerbye is alone at ramp. bro!key's going to rotate in, and bro!key's been the real nuisance here. Kjaerbye so blind, but so is everyone else. And here comes bro!key with the rotation. This AWP now being here, the problems get worse and worse for Mouse. And look at coldzera wrapping the lobby. So in spite of Chris J's best efforts, it might all be in vain as ropz now left to clutch this out. They last saw him dropping through the vents.
Yeah, clutches on niko like walking simulator, right? You can't make any noise, you can't run around. FaZe are moving into ramp room, and this could be good for ropz. They're both here. There's a 1v1, but Rain's going to win it out. Nice shot as FaZe. They do recover. It was a strong start for Mousesports.
If you're not down to clown, Chris J gonna try and flash in through the heavens to set his teammates up, but here comes Rain on the wrap. Kjaerbye dealing with Karrigan. And well, this really hasn't worked out for Mouse. They just kind of, yeah, that's a bit of an ugly one there. They set up to play retake at A, something I haven't really seen many teams try and do.
That Molotov, Frozen's gonna have to back off a little bit and, well, I guess actually eradicate the niko threat from the round.
Oh dear.
Wow. These Deagles have done everything that they were designed to do, and then some. Mousesports have a numbers advantage.
Oh dear.
They're gonna be fed on these Deagles. bro!key finally reclaims some here for the side of FaZe, but good grief. They're there to back him up. Now the mind games start to set in. Can the defense of Kjaerbye and bro!key, can they do it right here?
Yeah, we needed a hero, and bro!key, well, he's got to be that. He needed to ace this round if they wanted to pick it up.
And 9 rounds in a row for Mouse, and in 6 of them, FaZe saved guns. Fast out A though, FaZe. Ooh, quick kills. They're going in every direction, but mainly Mousesports out on the rafters of Karrigan, and Chris covers from heaven. 3 for the in-game leader of Mousesports as FaZe just try and crunch A, but they get.
They're going to give it another go out here. The Tech Ninas are out. It's going to be in coldzera's hand. Little do they know.
Ooh.
It's going to be in Rain's hands too. He's going to actually land the shots. Long distance Tech 9s. Harry said it wasn't possible. And lo and behold.
Well, yeah, it did require Cole doing like 99% of the work. ropz flashed in, and it's a great flash indeed. Gets this round looking doable again, and Chris J now left in a 1v2. They completely leave A. They drop bro!key down into the B site. And I love the way they've played this. Cold is looking to cut down the rotation, and he will. Chris was never ready for it.
And he would watch lower through the ladder and
later, Rob.
take outside. Well, they are far further than that. They're already down B. Kiebi's dropped to cut off this rotation. Oh, Frozen looks away as Kiebi comes out the top. Brokey might be able to get another as Karen climbs the ladder. He could have made it up top, but he drops into the spray. And now Chris and BYMAS might need to get away.
FaZe are back in the game, though. Who would have known?
BYMAS has just been great. He's like a living decoy for Chris, who they were hunting down. Oh, but they're still hunting down. They're still going for him. Chris, no! Only good for one. And niko there to get the trade. 3 in the round for niko.
They've been in these places before, but will they come alive right at the final hurdle? Push it over the line. Kiebi, oh dear, he's been checked. Carrigan is going to get him from above. It's a trade, though. There's still one more man gone from the back of the site. Yeah, sorry, he's still here. I thought they entered him. BYMAS, he's alive and kicking. And he's only going to kick down one before eventually the numbers in FaZe overwhelm him. They found a kill elsewhere towards main at the same time. So Rops and Chris, again, do you want to save? Do you want to go?
Oh, well, there's an opener, and now they're definitely interested. The flash came from heaven, so they know that Chris J's there, and the timing just couldn't be worse for Rops. Chris is going to have to hold on to the AWP, and so FaZe tie us up at 12-12. niko, it's never going to be this flashy CS that, you know, you're always doing something crazy and winning the rounds out immediately, or even winning the rounds at all. Mouse, they're not aware of this at all. Chris J trying to hold on to ramp room, but a missed shot to open up the round. niko making a bit of noise, and Rops is just going to spam him through the secret smoke. But regardless, the rest of FaZe now move in for the kill down towards B.
There's lots of rotates already here, though. Mousesports with 3 in the lower secret. 15 seconds. FaZe have to stick the plant. Kievi going to try and clear. Rops holds on. They're coming at him from the doorway. No plant yet in sight. Rain with another entry. TikTok. Brokey's got another, but BYMAS has dropped the bomb out the decon door. FaZe are so focused on hunting these kills, they won't cover the plant, and that's going to come back to bite them in the arse. Brokey, great shots, but FaZe not noticing the clock.
The bomb is dropped all the way outside, and so FaZe do have to go and get that at some point. That's what niko's been given the responsibility of. Carrigan, knowing that he has to try and hold hell, has crept back in through CT, and that wasn't Kiebi. So they should know that another man could be nearby. That's what Rops was meant to come in and deal with. They now see him at ramp, and that's FaZe going, all right, well then, if one's at ramp, we just kill one CT. Maybe it's a bit of a B lean, so they try and pick up the pace. They don't really have any more options open to them than to hit this A site. niko, bomb dropped, and with it, that should be the round. Rops gonna finish things off for Mouse, 14 on the board.
At a moment's notice and get this info. At this point, it's looking clear to be B. Rops turned the wrong way. Kiebi doesn't check it, and Rops, patient as anything, gets the kill as FaZe run B.
Carrigan trying to hold the line, but too many players through that door. And B now opened wide up by FaZe. They're gunning for 14, and if they get this round, they turn the economy of Mouse to disarray. And that would flip this entire game on its head again. But it all hinges on actually picking this round up, and slowly but surely their numbers are dwindling. It falls to Rain and coldzera to try and hold the line. Now, just Cold, the whole world against him. Down goes one, follows up with a second, but Rops comes in from the ramp from quick flank from him, and nabs that round for Mouse. 15 now to their name. Oh, Frozen just about winning that out. And now on the other side of these smokes, he's a real threat indeed. But if he tries to go back through, he is surely dead. Oh, instead, he's going to turn it against FaZe and continues to strip players away. Carrigan not looking at the hut. Now leaves this A-hold on the shoulders of BYMAS, who's getting pressured from seemingly everywhere. Chris J up on the rafters, good for another. And it falls to Brokey in the clutch. Has dealt with BYMAS. And now just Rops left to contend with. Drops the smoke in main. Rops on the other side, trying to find a gap to look through. Brokey creeping his way towards the vents, and in doing so, Rops might see the feet here, but he has been able to get down. Rops hears the drop and is in hot pursuit. Detective Rops is on the case, and Brokey's looking to elude his captor. Fake plants the bomb, swings the door, Rop spams him down, and Mousesports take nuke narrowly, but they get it locked in from 9-0 up to a long.
Yeah.
Right off the top of your head, of course.
Well, he was standing in the middle, you know. He's...
Oh, bit of a nasty surprise there for Rops down in the pit. And this A site, it's not done well, has it? It's not done well. It has been broken apart immediately. And this is a save. I do need an answer, preferably before the round.
I would say Nuke, right? Like, that game of Nuke was weird, but Nuke, I think, is honestly my favorite map to play and cast. Like, I think it's the best map in Counter-Strike right now. I think that's kind of funny considering its history. Well, that's the score right now. FaZe to extend it as they move into A. Carrigan's gone. Rain with the spray, and it's a crossfire from the pit to the site. But that really shouldn't be too much for FaZe to collapse onto.
Yeah, some flashes thrown up B by Kirby. That keeps those two players there. BYMAS here all alone. You'll note the B players haven't even moved, and that's because they're already planning to save. And so guess how this round ends.
And FaZe don't like run up short, run up long necessarily. They're setting up, they're lining up smokes.
And even then, like, Chris J wasn't convinced to rotate. He was playing CT, so Carrigan has got to hold his ground here. Back of the site, behind the pillar, a player has gotten by into pool, but Carrigan, a third! Carrigan coming alive. Rain will get the better of him on that very late rotation round, but no saving in this one for Mouse.
Rain tapping back towards his spawn. He'll not do anything. Frozen gets shot by BYMAS in the back, and they're going to swarm in through the ruins. Brokey, he's holding down from Coffin's side. He's got this angle perfect headshot hit. Rain follows up through the wall, looking for the spray. Reload off, and the peak is late from Rops. He can't stop him as he gets towards the back of the site. There's no time, there's no utility, and they're not even on the bomb either. This is a one round for FaZe. Even if the kills come through, Rops, he gets it, but it's just too close. It's a round for FaZe, whether he likes it or not. A 2-on-4 at the back of the B bomb site. Does niko want to wrap CT again? FaZe have taken the spawn control, but niko's going right through the smoke, cold out the apps. Carrigan's blinded. Rops with the opening kill. The spam is good, but it won't finish the job. niko will, however, before he's dropped from the pit.
Rops has stood the test of time here, and he's even dropped the bomb up in the apartments. They've got to deal with him. They first try and find BYMAS in the rotation. Still two players moving in, and Brokey does get broken down. coldzera solidifying that kill, but it's the fact that that bomb is dropped up on the balcony that's going to cause him so many problems. Oh dear, he's going close to the moto smoke. Frozen and Chris J on the other side, and down goes Frozen, but there's Chris with the trade. The immediate reload for coldzera is the green light for Chris.
His barrel could give him away, depending how wide Brokey is. Oh, he sees him. He knows he's deep at least. Rops is still going to kill Rain, though, and he's at least done his job. Can he find a second? The AWP supports Carrigan with another. Rops does die, but Carrigan trades. And this is more what I wanted to see from Mousesports, bringing the fight to FaZe.
Cold trying to bait the shot. There's the swing. Doesn't need to bait a thing as he takes the head off of Carrigan. It's going to be an A play. BYMAS down here in the pit. He's got to put up quite the hold if he wants to keep Mouse in this round. Kirby up through short side, bested by BYMAS. The time now becomes a problem for coldzera, who needs to deal with this pit player and get that bomb down with just 15 seconds left. The Molotov misses, and that is heartbreak for coldzera. BYMAS in with the peak, and Mousesports, they'll take a second.
Rain has found himself some library presence, even Arch at that, and that's going to give him a little bit of headway. Maybe he can make something out of it. Yep, the one tap, the two tap. That's all it takes. Eventually, Carrigan will respond with an AWP kill. Woo! To make it two. That's the bomb down inside of the A site. Now what's left to FaZe Clan is going to try to recover it in the form of KRB and coldzera, which is going to be met with stiff resistance. BYMAS on the case. coldzera responds for one, but now things get a little weird. Time has gotten down, and, well, coldzera is going to have to get down with this bomb plan. He's going to try to stick it, and just barely are they able to stop him. Chris J.
You know, like, they put someone there that means a lot to them, or that, you know, can give them guidance, and Carrigan put the smartest man he knows on his desk.
Picture of you?
Picture of him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When he needs help, he looks the guidance in the Carrigan photo. What would Carrigan do? That's what he asks himself.
WWKD.
Oh no, Carrigan trying to readjust, getting pressured. There's a lot of bodies here. And another missed shot. That there is his death certificate signed. Brokey gonna be the one to put the nail in the coffin. Chris J trying to do what he can. FaZe, though, far from sweating bullets right now. Flash back in, and Chris J now down in the pool, still fighting. Chris J absolutely lighting them up. And Brokey finds himself trapped. He does run the gauntlet and grab that bomb. And while this has happened, coldzera has taken the A bomb site. So now Mousesports are rotating back in, but with Cold already very, very deep in the library. This is still very unlikely, though, as this position could come back to bail FaZe out later in the round. ropz, he sees the leg, then takes the head off. coldzera now in the 1v2, but with the bomb planted for him, you know, like, you should be able to deduce the kind of angles that Cold is in. And Chris, looking like he might have worked it out, gets on the bomb, peek from Cold, follows up with the molly, and that there should decide the round. ropz, there's nothing he could do here. It's 8 on the board for FaZe.
Lovely stuff from Cold. He plays that to perfection in essentially a 1-on-5.
He's got to do it all, and he ducks out when the flash is going in, tries to play around this smoke, and he waits patiently, throws it in with one. The bomb dropped. It's gonna get planted just in time by Rain. That round almost lost to time for FaZe, but not quite. A second off. If a Molotov goes into Dubox here, these players are absolutely screwed, but there's no mollies for Mouse. They've got to try and run in dry, and that opens them up to Brokey's AWP. This is quite the crossfire that's set up here for FaZe, and the fact that they've got 2 towards the back of the site should have this locked in. Chris J falls, FaZe Clan get 10, and Mousesports, they trail behind with 5.
Bails back, he moves to join his team. Oh, he gets spotted on the retreat as well. Now niko knows it's coming. He can drop his smoke and try and stall this execute as the utility comes through. FaZe are chasing, they're flanking mid. Carrigan just trying to stay alive. He can't do it. B is lost, but FaZe have gained a 2-man advantage. They can retake. No saves today.
ropz is trying to get cute with this smoke, but with 2 players here, he is going to be hard-pressed to find anything. It fades, and niko hides. You'd hate to play against him, wouldn't you? He's still got a full belt of utility. That's a bit of a double-edged sword, though. niko is the last man you want dying, and unsurprisingly, niko don't die. Then he does. BYMAS finds him, doubles up. Oh, no one's even looking. Oh, Cold will, in with one, and almost the double. It's down to the 1v1, but the time is ticking away. And without that precious kit, BYMAS can just hide and play the timing. Cold, it's a nice try, but BYMAS decapitates him, and Mousesports, they get the pistol as they look to recover here.
Retrieve his gun, but with that resmoke from FaZe, he's scared that they push through with it, and they haven't. That will just send Mousesports funneled back into this AWP. Brokey's waiting. And oh dear, the cracks are beginning to show. FaZe with a stellar hold here on this A site. Cold waiting on the smoke. The flash is going to come through, and it won't get him. Right past the sideline as ropz gets caught getting into the cubby. 2 up for Mousesports. Almost an impossible round.
Yeah, especially with Frozen still donning the UMP. All these guns have fallen just out of reach, and so he's kind of a walk-in target. coldzera only good for 1, but it's BYMAS all alone to try and ace clutch here. And if that doesn't tell you that it's too far gone, I don't know what will.
Counter-terrorists win.
There's only 2 players here for FaZe inside of this A site. Those are facts. These are things I can tell you. 100% correct. The getting down into the pit is ropz, ready to face off against Raid. But before he faces off, he's got to take faces off, and ropz is only good for 1. BYMAS now dealing with another. niko with the spray down. We're into a 2-on-2. It's very messy, and Rain caught by Chris J on the long wrap. kjaerbye left in the clutch. A 1v2, and he had a chance there to find Carrigan, but he's just missed the timing. Flash goes high. Chris dodges it by staring at the floor. And now kjaerbye not being given anything here. Carrigan has just disappeared. Crossing now, spotted again. But still not giving this fight up, just toying with kjaerbye, making him waste time. And there's Chris, the man who won't miss.
niko looking for a smoke spam of his own, and he might just get it.
Yeah, kjaerbye still at utility as well. He's dropped all that in now, and Mousesports, this push has grinded to a hole, even though their utility's gone in, and it has forced these players to reposition. That smoke molly combo slows them right down. It's Frozen and Carrigan dealing with both players in the site in a very timely fashion to get this back into a 2-on-3. And maybe, just maybe, they can salvage something from this. But losing Frozen at Banana leaves karrigan in a very rough spot. Broky's going to land the shot. And with that FaZe, they just about stay afloat. 12 on the board now. Having 3 players over at B has only strengthened that resolve. Smoke now goes down.
Oh no.
niko, things are heating up a little too much for him. Will get froze out by Frozen. And now kjaerbye back at the site. They have to check this. They have to be ready for it. kjaerbye trying to go on a tear. And he almost doubles up, but karrigan just getting the better of him. Now him and Frozen are both very, very low on HP. Broky looking to go through the smoke, but he comes to regret that. Gives away the advantage. And so now, in spite of these 2 players being low, it might even just be the body count on Mousesports that denies this retake. You look at the map, you see 3 versus your 2, and they outnumber you.
Maybe he tried to kill the close coffin player, but it was covered by 2 more. Now on top of it, there's a good spot, but if he gets flashed out, it could be problematic. He's so blind. He drops, they've got him trapped. BYMAS waiting, and kjaerbye peeks out to his own death. The molly comes in late, it doesn't matter. ropz has the mid-rotate, and oh dear, he catches Rain just about. Mousesports can back. They can double towards A, and oh no, FaZe have not read this one. Cold's cleared mid. He's about to get all this info, but it could come out him the hard way. Great spray, doing damage to the second, but Frozen trades. The orb is posted. Broky stops the cross, but he can't stop the bomb getting into the site, and now FaZe, they've got a retake in a 2-on-2.
On this T side of play, and niko now, the ultimate boss to face, but he goes into the apartments, playing this slow. FaZe, BYMAS turning on a dime, locks in the round, and it will be the save for Broky, and 10-5 at the half. And now they sit in the lead for the first time in this matchup.
Cold's going to try and do the same, but to better success, he's top of the board right now, and he's caught ropz. Oh dear, a lot of damage. That molly in mid is not there. Frozen's not going to peek to trade, but he will wait, and Cold comes his way. A free early kill for Mousesports. Chris gets another. Rain finished off, and niko molly has to go aggressive. Can't hit the jump onto the wall at such a quick calamity. karrigan waiting in the smoke, and he's got his number as well. This is falling apart for FaZe at the seams, and Mousesports in a 4-on-2 after Broky hits that shot. He could follow up, but no rush for ropz as the bomb backs up into the already cleared B bomb site.
Yeah, too much of this individual smoke push type scenario right here, especially for a round that hinges on the game. karrigan lighting him up that round too.
But they have been ready and waiting now for him. He's been doing it time. Oh, the timing couldn't be worse. ropz, he's somehow got by. Cold holding close, but ropz sees an arm and he takes a leg. Now the round into a 4-on-4. Mousesports trying to get into this B site and ready and waiting to keep him at bay. It's Broky and kjaerbye having to try and fight this one with only deagles to tide them over. Broky's gone. kjaerbye all alone. Been pretty quiet this game. If there ever was a time, it's now. But Frozen in time is where he finds himself. And this B site now belongs to Mouse.
ropz has no idea how close he is to these CTs, and I think they might get away with their guns. If they kill him, that's an upgrade for them as well. Boom. Big kill for Rain. A free AK-47. It's not like the money isn't there for FaZe. Mousesports.
That just sounds like an efficient way to transport your eggs. What's wrong with that? Oh dear, niko. How's he alive? He just takes like 100. Oh, well, there you go. Never mind. He's not alive. Don't worry, guys. Back on script now. 5-on-4. FaZe up against it. And kjaerbye gets caught trying to retrieve the orb. coldzera here, the man to try and make a difference, but he gets hunted down. And Mousesports, have they done the full recovery from 0-6 down to 10-5 at the half, to now map point with the bomb planted in a 4-on-2. Mousesports might be about to 2-0 FaZe with their brand new roster. Broky burns to death, and ropz finishes it off. Somehow, someway, Mousesports beat back FaZe as they take this series